When her daughter started behaving oddly around her nanny, she grew suspicious. When she learned the truth, she immediately rushed to the police. Meghan and John weren't married for very long before they decided that it was time to start a family. In 2011, their dream came true when Meghan gave birth to a beautiful baby girl who they named Sarah. They couldn't have been more excited to start this new chapter in their life. For the first few months, Meghan stayed home with their little girl and doted on her daily. When Meghan and John started getting used to the new routine with the baby, Meghan decided that it was time for her to get back into the work world. She had been a law student when she got pregnant, and she had now decided that it was time to go back. Meghan was worried about who would care for Sarah while she was away at school. But she decided that it was time. When it was time to find a nanny, Meghan decided that she would take every possible precaution to make sure she would choose someone who would love Sarah and take proper care of her. Meghan also decided that finding someone she knew would be the best idea. She created a post on social media, hoping to find a nanny there. It wasn't long before her former classmate Melanie responded to the post, saying that she would absolutely love to be Sarah's nanny. Meghan did an extensive background check on Melanie despite the fact that they used to be friends and everything seemed to check out. However, even after doing all the checking, a mother will never be sure that the person they choose will take good care of the child while the parents aren't around. Little did Meghan know that Melanie wasn't really the right person for the job. Meghan recalled all the terrible nanny stories she had heard about. But she realized that she had to trust that Melanie would care for her daughter well. Not only did she know Melanie personally, but Meghan had also been given references and letters of recommendation. So Meghan decided to let Melanie meet Sarah and see what happened. A meeting finally happened, and it went great, so the couple hired Melanie. On Meghan's first day back to work, she and her husband felt understandably anxious about leaving their little girl behind. But they figured that their daughter would be properly cared for. When the couple returned home, Meghan went into Sarah's room, and the child immediately started crying. At first, Meghan thought that maybe Sarah was tired or getting sick. Sarah's strange behavior didn't stop, though. When Meghan was home, she noticed that Sarah had been napping for almost 4 straight hours. This was rather weird for the little girl as she usually slept for just an hour at a time. Meghan thought that maybe the little girl was suffering from separation anxiety. But to make sure everything was alright, she took the little girl to the doctor. After the doctor examined her, he determined that there was nothing wrong with the baby. There were no signs of illness or injury. The doctor then confirmed Meghan's suspicions that her daughter was probably suffering from separation anxiety. After the diagnosis, Meghan was still not convinced. She realized that all of Sarah's issues started when Melanie was hired. She started to worry that Melanie might actually be the cause of her daughter's issues. Meghan's suspicions were further raised when Sarah would run and hide behind her parents as soon as Melanie arrived at the house. Finally, after almost a month, Meghan decided that there were just too many red flags. She decided that it was time to figure out what was really going on. Meghan went online and purchased a nanny cam that was hidden inside a clock radio. She set it up in the living room, and all she had to do now was wait. Finally, she would be able to see what was going on all day while she was away. When she got home, Meghan found that the hidden camera was turned and it was facing the wall. Meghan wondered if Melanie realized she was being filmed. As soon as Melanie left, Meghan went to her computer to see what the camera had captured. On the screen, she saw her worst nightmare coming true. For the first 2 hours of the video, Sarah was in the same jumper and was hungry, thirsty, and stuck in the same position for hours. To Meghan's astonishment, The video only got worse when Sarah cried. Melanie would then hit her and shake her terribly. Soon after seeing this, Meghan rushed her daughter to the hospital to make sure she wasn't suffering from the shaken baby syndrome. Fortunately, Sarah was fine physically. When Meghan took the video to the police, a warrant was issued for the arrest of Melanie. They went to Meghan's home the next morning to wait for Melanie to arrive. As soon as Melanie showed up, she was arrested. However, since she didn't have a previous record, she wouldn't have to serve jail time, which infuriated Meghan and John. Meghan was extremely vocal about her outrage and fought so that anyone who was ever convicted of harming children would be put on a registry. This was the best way that Meghan could think of to protect other parents from the harm that her daughter was forced to endure.